what would you say are the top three, I would say the main characteristics, to cultivate, to assist people having an absolutely fabulous life? Everybody wants to be happy. And question, as you say, they ask, why me? Why is it not happening for me? Why is she getting all the luck? Why is he getting all the luck? What are the three characteristics in that regard that you would absolutely invite people to cultivate within themselves?
Inculcate spiritual health as a habit. Mm-hmm. Make that a priority in your life, like we've made physical health a priority.
Right.
If we don't make physical health a priority, we might not be healthy always.
Yes.
Weather changes, I can fall ill.
Yes.
My diet change and I fall ill.
Yes.
Or I can just fall ill.
Yes.
Even if I was following the right lifestyle, because I did not make physical health my priority. Similarly, we are not making our emotional health a priority. So to make emotional health right, we need to make spiritual health our priority. Spiritual health means the seed, the soul, who is creating the thoughts, feelings, emotions. So if that seed is nourished, emotional health will be perfect. Then mental health, then physical health, then social health, relationships, all will be perfect. So take care of yourself spiritually. A lot of us today say, I'm not spiritual, or I am a-spiritual.
Right.
Nobody is a-spiritual. It's just that we don't understand what spirituality, and so we say, oh, I don't want to do all this. This is not needed for me. Spirituality does not mean that you have to be a part of some group, or you are wearing a particular kind of clothes, or you're eating a particular diet. Spirituality is more than that. Spirituality is about using the qualities of the soul in your every karma. So the original quality of the soul is purity, peace, love, happiness. Use it in your every thought, word, action. But if I use ego, if I use aggression, if I use jealousy, it's at that time that I'm not spiritual.
Yes.
Because I'm not using the quality of the soul. Spirituality is about a personal relationship with God. We have so many relationships here, but we are not experiencing that personal relationship which gives me unconditional love and acceptance. Yes. Once you have one relationship which gives you unconditional love and acceptance, it gives you the power to radiate the same to others.
Yes.
We can't be in relationship saying, I want love, I want respect. We're only asking each other for love and respect. Love and respect is not to be asked for. It's supposed to be radiated, given to others. So let's make spiritual health a priority and take out some time every day. Nothing comes on its own.
I just really want to repeat what you just said, which is so powerful. Love and respect are not to be asked for. It's something to be radiated. That is so powerful and so beautiful. Sounds simple, and yet actually it's the essence of the practice.
It's very simple.
Spirituality.
If you're stressed, what will you radiate?
Yes.
You'll radiate stress to me. So you enter into the room and you're radiating stress. If you're upset, you're radiating hurt to people.
Yes.
If you love yourself, you don't behave with me the way I expected. Huh? And it's a relationship. It could be a relationship of two friends, parent or child. It could be a spouse. The other person didn't behave with me the way I want them to behave. I start creating hurt. Why did they do this to me? In spite of all that I've done for them. Is this how I have to be treated? No one loves me, no one cares for me, no one values me. Every line that I'm saying to myself is emotional abuse.
Right.
I'm hurting myself by hitting myself with every single wrong thought. These are the moments to love yourself. Love yourself means even if someone's not been nice to you.
Be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself. Speak nicely to yourself. Respect yourself. Don't question your worth and value just because somebody else did not accept you or approve of you. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with me.
Yes.
It just means it was their mood that day.
Yes.
It's their personality. Or it's their choice.
It might be their mood their entire life and your
That's what
entire
I said,
life.
your
and so
personality.
What? indeed. So what?
So love yourself
Right.
is not about anything outside.
Yes.
Love yourself is about being nice to yourself. It's like your child or your friend. If somebody else has been wrong to them, you would talk nicely to them because you love them.
Yeah.
You want them to be in the right spirit. Do the same with yourself. If you make a mistake, love yourself and guide yourself. Don't create guilt and abuse yourself. If you failed in what you wanted to do, love yourself, motivate yourself, empower yourself, and bring yourself back. Don't criticize yourself. So don't use any negative emotion for yourself. That's when you love yourself.
Thank you. Nice.
And most important, don't make your self-respect dependent on other people's opinion.
Right.
So if people say you're nice,
Yeah.
that's not love yourself. You should know who you are.
Indeed.
Your strengths and your weaknesses. Appreciate your strengths, work on your weaknesses,
Yeah.
but not live life by public opinion.
No.
And do not seek public approval.
Yes.
Then
And I think the challenge is, especially growing up in the Indian culture, and then also kind of growing up in Britain, there is a slight difference in that regard in terms of how people, the expectations that we have of our families, of the people around us, and, samaj, so that is not so much there in the Western culture. It's there, but it has a different inflection. And so I think when, what happens is that because we are indeed in a culture where, you're perceived by others. And while, yes, you can be self-referring, but, people who are not necessarily looking at themselves in that way or don't have that paradigm from which to operate, they don't necessarily get that. So I think the challenge for a person who is on the path of self-discovery, on the path of growth, on the path of, becoming more self-aware and living life from the center, from the place of the higher self, then what I see is that there is this dichotomy between, they think you're some kind of there is this, like, people don't get it. They think you're some kind of an outsider, you're a loner, you don't like, and none of those things are true, and one knows that, and I would say, for example, know that, but there is nonetheless the fact that we are in a culture where perception does tend to play a big role, and other people's opinion of somebody is kind of somehow shapes how the interactions take place.
taking advice, very valuable. Accepting feedback, very important. Listening to an opinion, beautiful. But finally, making your choice, taking a decision, and while making a decision, taking personal responsibility of your decision. Not saying, I did it for them, or I did it because of them. That doesn't take us to take responsibility of our karma. It's very important to take responsibility of your karma, because your karma is what you are in the present, and your karma is also what will come tomorrow as your destiny. So if I blame someone else for my karma, then I will not be able to face my destiny.
Why is there so much suffering still? Is it because people refuse to take responsibility for their actions and for themselves?
That's what I said. You have to make it a priority. You have to make it a priority, right? Suppose there's fresh air outside. There's good sunlight. I can go out and I can be healthy.
Yes.
But if I choose to sit indoors, close all the doors and windows, switch on the AC, take a supplement of vitamin D3, then it's a choice that I am making, that I'm not going out and taking that what's coming for free.
Yes.
So it's my choice, and I will have to face the consequences of this. So because we believe we don't need spirituality, and because we don't understand what it is truly actually, if we understand it, we will take to it. But because we don't understand it, sometimes we don't begin the experiment. Spirituality is an experiment. We should begin experimenting. Once someone tastes the result of their experiment, then they will not stop. It's like exercise. It's like going for a morning walk. I may know it's good for me. It comes for free, but yet I choose not to do it.
Yes. But isn't spirituality more than just an experiment? Because, in the end, the essence of who we are is what creates everything that is outside of us in our lives. The essence, the absolute essence of
But
who we
I
are.
have to
That is
even
the spirit.
start.
That is the spiritual
But I
element
have
of
to
who we
even
are.
start that beginning.
You mean people don't know that that's what that is? Okay, that's who they are. Got that.
I wouldn't have known 20 years back. I would only think, who am I? I'm a girl, I'm going to college, I'm doing engineering, these are my friends. Who was thinking of anything else?
Mm-hmm.
No. So it's something which I had not thought about, leave alone contemplate and do something with it. I just didn't think about that part, and I didn't think I was missing anything.
Mm-hmm.
Life was perfect.
Yes.
So, and then when I was asked to, why don't you do this? I said, I don't need it. That was my first reaction. I don't need this. My life is perfect, because I had not experienced anything more than what I was experiencing. So I thought getting angry, getting upset, getting worried, what's wrong in that? Who wants to change that? That's normal part of life. So we believe life was perfect. So it's something which we haven't tried. And then someone comes and shares it with you. And then it's our choice whether we want to take it up.
So it's an experiment in the regard of it,
At least
referring
you
to yourself in that way.
Even if you just start, it's like you just shared your books with me, right? Now you've gifted those books to me. You've even given it to me for free. It's come as a gift. But what I do with the book after this,
yes,
is going to be my choice.
Yeah.
What I could do, options. I could gift it away to somebody else. Second, I could keep it in my bookshelf and never go back to it. Third, I could study it. So you've played your role. You've gifted it to me. What I do with that, now my karma. Again, my karma, my destiny.